More lawsuits are being filed against Kalshi, a startup prediction platform. The company is being accused of operating an illegal gambling business without a license, specifically in Arizona. The Attorney General says Kalshi accepted bets from residents on sports, elections, and events in violation of state law. Arizona does not allow unlicensed wagering businesses and bans elections betting.
Joining us this morning, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Good morning, Khalif. When you look at this, we know that Kalshi's, they're dealing with national civil suits. They got cease and desist issues, orders going on all over the place. Why is this case in particular being escalated?
Well, this is different. So they have been sued in a number of states, and Kalshi, to their benefit, they have great legal representation, is beating these states to the courthouse. So when the states are attempting to bring civil claims against them, they run to federal court and say, hey, federal government, we should not go and fall underneath state law. We should be under federal law because we're not betting. We're not doing any type of bets, as Annie said in the tease, but these are props because we're placing trades on futures. Then we don't consider this gambling, so we shouldn't even fall under that. And they've been successful in most other states that you've listed. Arizona even attempted to sue them. This is different. This is a criminal complaint. They are bringing criminal charges against them in Maricopa County, attempting to say, listen, you guys, 20 counts that I read in here, and all of them are violations of their betting and wagering statute, but these are misdemeanor violations, not felonies, and they didn't list any of the corporate partners. They just brought it against the corporation. So this is a different strategy, because if you can get criminal charges and get convictions against the company, then you could take any type of action in forfeiture of assets in their state. Different strategy, because they're recognizing that they're losing in the state house, in the courthouse, and so they can attempt to beat them here and with a different approach.
Kalshi has been successful in some other states, so kind of a mixed bag. What does the path forward look like in terms of these criminal accusations?
I think for the states, Steve, this is the way to go. I mean, if you say that we have on our books we have gambling laws, gambling statutes, and you are out of compliance with the gambling statutes, the best equivalent I can have in North Carolina would be those fish table locations that are clear violations of our gaming laws in our state, but have operated, kind of free and clear for the last few years. And then all of a sudden, there was a major crackdown on them where a gaming institution after institution was shut down. The statute had been there for years. This is probably the best strategy, because right now, until someone makes the call, until either a court of appeals or the Supreme Court says, no, what you guys are doing is gambling, or yes, it is trading. If there is no definitive answer, I think going after them criminally is the only strategy that states will have.
Khalif, if they're misdemeanors, what does the end result look like? Is it kind of a fine, a slap on the wrist? What's the end result?
Forfeiture of assets, and then the lack of ability to do business in the state. That's what they're asking, and that's what they're alleging. So they'd say, hey, you guys will now have these 20 counts against your company. It's just like any other company. If you're trying to go do business with a company and you just got hit with criminal violations, other folks won't want to do business with them, and I think that's what they're attempting to do here, and that's what they've mentioned a number of times. The Attorney General says is going to be their opportunity to get them to cease doing business there. And he mentioned, as I say that this is a great strategy, he said the same thing. They've run to the courthouse and been successful in federal court, so this is another strategy. It's smart folks in the room trying to maneuver and play chess and not checkers.
Part of what Arizona is accusing here is also election wagering. Why is that specifically such a sensitive and hot topic?
Well, it's sensitive, just like in our country. You can't bet on, because it does happen in other countries, on wars and on death and things like that. Political contributions and on betting on the outcome of politics is going to be something that is going to dip into another agency dealing with that. And so they're trying to make sure that they distance themselves from that Kalshi as much as they can. And remember, they're categorizing all of this as not betting. And so if they can keep characterizing it as futures trading, future trading on whatever the commodity is, it just happens to be elections, then yes, they can do it. But if they're saying now you're betting on the outcome of elections, again, it's more agencies that are involved, more litigation. I think then they would potentially lose in any courthouse if they're saying now you are betting on the outcome of an election.
If you're their lawyers, even though you're fighting the good fight and trying to say, again, these are not bets, at what point do you say, okay, maybe we restructure this company and you try to go the traditional traditional route of all these different sports betting apps.
Once the zeros on the end of the revenue go high as that they need them to go, so that they'll be able to compete with the well-established, I'd say, blue chip companies that are out there, the MGMs and companies like that, the DraftKings that have been established in the gaming space. Right now, you've carved out a space for yourself that has nothing to do in their mind with gambling. But at some point, the lawsuits will add up and you will decide that the risk for us going and fighting these outweighs us just being in compliance with the states. But right now, if you make a name for yourself, if you go out and carve out that space, then you can have the revenue to compete. But right now, they're winning, and so it doesn't make sense. But once the losses start to pile up, then yeah, it's going to be hell. We recognize that we are gaming and we're positioned to do that.
I mean, good luck getting a gaming license after all the money they've taken away from all these legal sports betting sites. Khalif, thank you. Also, always seems to be Maricopa County, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
All right, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, weighing in on that for us. Khalif, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.